and welcome to Winners Corner. This Friday we are going to visit our neighbor country in the south, Denmark. The track is called Aarhus Racetrack, and Mike, there are a few things that differ on this track compared to our normal Swedish ones. Can you explain?
It's a very small provincial track, and they go the other way around. So they turn to the right instead of turning to the left. And then because it's such a tight track, there are only 7 horses behind the gate in every race. Also, no shoe ban in Denmark. So if the weather conditions allow it, they can pull the shoes.
Very well then, let's get straight to the races and start with your tips, Mike. And we start in race 3, which equals the first leg in the V75 round. The distance is 1,800 meters. And here you found a winner for us.
I think so. Number 3, Wonder Boy. Very nice horse for Sten Hjul. Last time Peter Ingves was driving, that was in Sweden, and the horse was out 3 wide. An early attack there down the back stretch. Through the last turn, he looked really strong, but eventually he ran out of gas against top horses. The one on the outside there is Tuxedo B. The one on the inside is Hawkcliffe. So he's up against really tough horses there and runs out of gas at the end, of course. But a strong performance. This time he moves down in class quite considerably. There are no horses in this race that have the same capacity as Tuxedo B, for instance. So much easier opposition, and I think Wonder Boy has a great chance to win this from a good post as well.
So we start off this Friday with a nice win bet in race 3, horse number 3, Wonder Boy. We move on to the next race, race 4. It's V75 2, and also this is over 1,800 meters. It's a low-class race for horses that have earned a maximum of 60,000 Danish crowns. And what do you suggest for us to do here?
I'm going to go for a Quinella. Number 1, Strong Case, is a very good horse. A few times back, he was out in the Norwegian Criterium and finished in the money. Last time, he did look strong in an easy, comfortable win here. As he went down the final stretch, Mads Nielsen was just controlling the other horses there. And he has a lot of gas left in his horse there. It doesn't ask him much. From a great post here, I think he's got a good chance to finish second. But I don't think he's beating number 3, Sepik. This horse has been phenomenal all through the year. He's undefeated, 5-4-5, and he seems to have more or less everything. He's got gate speed, he's strong, he can go around the field, he's got determination as they go down the final stretch here last time. He's got everything, and I think he's going to be a very clear favorite eventually, but I don't see anyone beating him here. So Quinella gives us a bit better odds at least.
Nice Quinella suggestion here in race 4 on horses number 1 and 3. Jumping on to race 6, we get to the 4th leg in the V75 round, and here it looks as if number 4, Rocky PH, will become a clear favorite. But you want to turn our eyes towards something completely different.
Yeah. The early bettors are completely wrong in this race. I'm guessing it will change as we approach race day. But I think number 5, Target Kronos, moves down in class quite a bit. He's fast behind the gate and has a good chance to take the lead. He was away for a while, then came back last time after a bit of a layoff and looked really nice at Solvalla. As you can see, Lutfi Colgjini doesn't ever leave the pocket slot there, just protects the second place. And the way he looked there, he had that bouncy, springy step once again that we know from Target Kronos when he was on top of his game. So I think he's coming back into form, and then he should win this race quite comfortably.
A promising win bet there in race 6, horse number 5, Target Kronos. The Daily Double we have in races 8 and 9 this Friday, and in DD1 it's noticeable, Mike, that we have quite a few German horses. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah, there are several German guests this race day here, and they are almost impossible to rate. It's very difficult to compare their results from Berlin or Hamburg to these Danish horses here. I'm a bit scared about them since they're traveling it quite a bit. They're probably hoping to win some of these races, but they are difficult to rank.
So what do you do here in DD1 then?
I'm going to go for Birger Jørgensen. I think number 6, Guy Pompon, has a good chance now that number 7, Complete, has been scratched. Guy Pompon looked real strong last time. He had a pretty difficult trip, was out wide through the last 700-800 meters and just cleared away from the others. Looked like the horse is in form. He's a pretty good racehorse. He's got some good opposition here, but I think he's offering the best value.
He's one of the outsiders, and if we move on to DD2, we can see that you've chosen the favorite here, number 7, Gigs Boko. He wins every other race though, Mike. And last time he won, so statistically he should lose this race. Are you worried?
Well, now that you put it that way, no, I'm not all that worried about those kind of statistics. But he's got a difficult post all the way on the outside here, but he has good gate speed. So I'm hoping that. I think he's going to be a very clear favorite, and I'm hoping he gets a bit for free, that he can take the lead for free here in this race. A bit concerned about the German guest, though, Gustafsson B. I don't really know how good he is. He wins a lot of races in Germany, at least.
But for this Friday, we have one single combination for the daily double. We're in the midst of winter births, and this is the 4th day in a row that we have a V75 around, and this Friday we have it in Denmark. And you have, of course, put together a nice little V75 system for us. Let's check it out. We can see that it's 2 bankers, and we've talked about both of them. Number 3, Wonderboy in the first leg, and number 6, Guy Pompon in the 6th leg. How safe are you now with these 2 bankers?
Well, they're the best I could find. I think they've got good chances. It's very difficult to bet so early, so many days ahead of the race, because the percentages are very likely to change quite dramatically. So a couple of these horses will probably be favorites when we come up to race day. But I have to rank them the way I believe in them. I think those are the best choices.
Let's take a look also at the races that we haven't been through. That is the 3rd and the 5th leg, starting with V75-3. This is the only race in the round that is not over the distance 1,800 meters. Instead, this is over the longer distance, 2,880 meters, and we have 15 horses divided up over 4 tiers. And you mark the whole field.
Yeah, this was just impossible. This was just guesswork. I tried checking out the videos on some of these horses, but they haven't raced all that much against each other. And it's the circular start. We got handicaps. It's long distance on a small track. It's just take your pick.
And you took all of them.
Yeah.
V75-5 is another race for the horses in the lower class. These ones have earned a maximum of 110,000 Danish crowns, and you mark 4 horses. Why these 4?
Well, I think they've got good chances. The German guest there, Douglas, seems to be a very nice racehorse. Then I've seen a couple of the other ones, and number 9, Cerveza, for instance, we've seen in Sweden a few times. That's a solid racehorse. So I'm hoping these 4 are better than the rest. A little bit concerned about number 1, Angel from Heaven, but I think she risks getting locked in here from the inside draw.
And then also just a question about your last leg, because on the Didi system, you banked number 7, Gigs Bucco, but here on your V75 system, you double it with number 2, Gustafsson B. Expensive, Mike. How come?
Well, I'm just so concerned about these German guests. I really don't know how good they are, but since they're traveling a bit, I think they must be out to win this. And Gustafsson B has a good post. So I think if the horse is fast behind the gate, which German horses tend to be, I think he could take the lead, and in that case, park Gigs Boko on the outside, and that would really change everything around. In that case, I think Gigs Boko is vulnerable, and the German will win.
And this all now adds up to 480 combinations. Thank you, Mike, and thank you out there for being with us. And of course, you find more information about this race day at Århus Racetrack at our website, swedishhorseracing.com. And we wish you now the best of luck with all your bets this Friday. Bye-bye.